Hello, my name is Dr. Nought. This is Steve Jackson's Sorcery, Part Quattro. And we died again. So let's go into the square. We're going to head over to the west. Check out those towers. We haven't been there. So, the west side. Going to the west side. Okay, I'm not going to read into this because we've kind of already done it. And we're just going to follow this alleyway. When we went to these towers way long ago, we just kind of avoided them because we thought it... I don't know why I keep saying we. Because I thought it was just not the right way to go. And then we've kind of gotten... And then I've kind of gotten stuck on the east side the whole time. And then trying to go through the front door. So this time, let's head over to the north apparently, even though it feels like the west. I'm not reading this because we've done this before, so go find that video and watch it or whatever. Alright, the road ends in a tall wall of obsidian black bricks, tall enough to keep out a giant. But the wall has crumbled, brought down by the piercing gripweed vines that cover its length. You could scramble over the fallen stones and inside easily enough. Cold night lingers on. Do it. You scramble up and over the broken wall onto a narrow strand of stone on the edge of a watery pool. Towers rise on all sides, connected by spidery paths. Sand is scattered over the edge of the pool. You scoop up a couple of handfuls of usable sand. The path between the towers awaits. Alright, so we really haven't explored over here. You leave the shade of the wall. That's weird because it's nighttime, but whatever. And follow the stepping stones out across the water. Everywhere the signs of ruin abound. Weeds crack the stones. Turret roofs and buttresses have collapsed into heaps. Why has the Archmage allowed such ruin? Surely the rumors of his death cannot be true. You cannot help but shiver. You are back amongst the haunted, powerful towers of the inner college. The path splits here, with the shortest way leading up an arched doorway in a nearby tower. You look over at the nearby tower. It is squat and ugly, with a low, slightly squalid archway leading inside. I'm not gonna sleep here, what? Alright, let us jump in this tower. The sky is already beginning to warm in the east. You cross the waters and push your way inside the crumbling tower without knowing what you might find. Once inside, you immediately break out into a smile. This tower might be gloomy, but it's certainly a relief after the ruin outside. Okay. Hey, stamina. You have a quick peek around the room this way and that. It is curiously dark. You pay special attention to the corners, hoping to find something interesting. A colorful spider, maybe, or some nice juicy moss. You don't see anything, and after a while start to feel a bit let down. The atmosphere of this place seems genuinely good for you. What a charming place. You drop down onto all fours quite merrily. This is no kind of place to sleep, but it's a great place to cross your legs. Try crossing them one way, and then the other, but neither way is really comfortable. You are forced to stand up once more. Clearly, there is something wrong with the floor. Okay. You pause where you stand to regard the cracks in the flagstones underfoot. You trace them this way and that. They form loops, branch, and then rejoin. It is, you realize after some time, almost as though all the stones fitted together. After tracing a crack for several minutes, only to have it disappear under your own boot, look up once more. You look over at the doors. There's one behind you and one in front, but when you try to count them, you find you can't quite manage it. It's probably because turning to look at one means the other one is behind, so you can't see it anymore. And you can hardly count something you can't see after all. Eventually, you decide there are most likely two doors here, even if you can't really be certain. Indeed. What kind of spell would I cast? You open your arms to cast a spell and end up falling over backwards and collapsing into giggles. Such a shame. There's no one here to enjoy this place with you. It really is quite delightful. You head for the door, but get distracted by the way the view of the world outside moves left and right a little as you sway from side to side. You are soon standing on the spot and just swaying. You close your eyes and attempt to offer a prayer, but end up singing a song from your childhood instead. 5 sight masters wearing spiky hats. The song goes like this. No, I'm not gonna sing. Okay, the song brings a smile to your face, and it must be said, a tear to your eye. Why would you leave? This empty chamber is fascinating. You turn around on the spot a few times to get a full view and fall over. You have another try for the far door, but you are by now turned around enough that you can't really be sure which door is which. Stepping out into the open, you feel a slight headache coming on, as though you had been drunk, or as though you had drunk too much ale. Probably there's ale in the air. You step back out onto the path and follow it a short way. 3 paths meet at this point, in the shadow of the eastern rock. From the eastern tower, you hear the faintest sound of music. The wind picks up a little spray from the water and splashes it into your face. It stings where it touches you. The air seems to fizz and crackle with secret energy. You should find somewhere safe to sleep, if you can. Let's go to the nearby tower. Oh. The Sleepless Ram. You lost a bit of stamina, died again, and found no new clues. Oh, and then I lost 4 more stamina. It must be morning by now. You have been awake all night and are weaker for it. I just died, though. What do you mean I've been awake all night? You enter the next tower nervously. This chamber is large, circular, and peppered with dark alcoves. The floor is pure marble, as are the walls. In the center, standing on a pedestal of rough stone, is a large stone sculpture of a ram. Ta-da! You scan the room. Nothing moves, but the darkness in the alcoves might hide something. Across the room is a set of double doors, large enough that 3 ogres could walk through. Another doorway leads north, but the path in that direction has crumbled into ruin. You pick one of the alcoves at random to explore. It seems bare at first, more of a stone niche than anything else. Then you see something piled in the corner. You regard the pile. Bones! And not just any, but human ones! You make out most of a skeleton, but it's all jumbled. Most of them are cracked, and the skull has been caved in horribly. The poor soul who wandered in here before you had been smashed to bits. Just then, the statue behind you moves. Its marble body groans with strain as its head lifts to face you. It shakes itself, the stone flaking. 2 blank eyes stare you down. It jerks and twitches as it raises a leg. It brings a hoof down onto the stone. Boom. The air shudders with the force of a single step. Boom. The ram descends from the pedestal, never taking its eyes off you. Boom. You shift your weight, ready to leap or attack, but the ram simply stares, unblinking and unmoving. Then it takes 1 more halting step, lowers its head, and begins to charge. You leap sideways, but the rampaging beast still clips you as it passes, knocking you to the floor. Dazed on the ground, you hear the thunderous steps as the creature turns. You stagger to your feet, nauseous. By simply entering this room, you have sealed your fate. This is now a fight for your life. You close your eyes and raise a prayer to Effie. The ram charges as you are halfway through your prayer, but misses you, crashing into the far wall, giving you just enough time to run to the double doors on the far side. You tug on the far doors of the chamber, but they do not budge. Aid from your goddess will not last forever. You need to get out of here. Can I, like, levitate myself or something? Okay, what do we have here? We've got gum, great glue. Not something I could do. Sap. No, I'm not gonna cause depression. That's probably not gonna do anything for this thing. 6 of us? Maybe, if I can't think of anything else to do. Maybe. We've got zap. I don't think that's gonna do a whole lot. Maybe. You wind the stars into order around you, and the ram trips on its own feet. It also has trouble rising again. Tangled in its own limbs, you have time to recover your breath, but little more. You have a few moments to act, but nothing more. I mean... You You take advantage of the lull to hunt around the room for anything which might aid you. In one corner, you find an old pack, still slung across the broken shoulders of a skeleton. Flipping open the pack, you find a bloomberry potion and a key. Could it be the key to this very chamber? You take them all and fling the pack aside, but you are out of time. The creature is free of your spell now, and without hesitation charges you again. I don't think that's going to work again. Damn it! You try to dodge, but there is no time. Before you can even blink, the ram is upon you. It propels you into the far door, which cracks down the middle. As you struggle to stay conscious, the creature patters away in a wide arc, circling the room to gain distance. It is getting ready to charge. You pull out the tiny iron key, but your fingers are shaking too much as they try to find the lock. Ram is almost upon you. God damn it. You turn to kick the door, but cracked as it is, it hardly even budges. And the ram is upon you. You are caught by its horns and tossed into the door with tremendous force. The last thing you see are the stone hooves tramping away from your crushed skull. I have been killed by the sleepless ram. That did not take a long time. Alright, why do you give me all these options? Just tell me which one I have to do. I get pissy when I die, okay? I'm just letting you know. Yeah, okay. Alright, next time we will go back to the west and die again. Thank you for watching. I'll see you then. Take care. Goodbye.